the key to getting a lot done is to do the hardest thing first. I'm Susan Evans from susanevans.org. In case you don't know me, I am a hands-on learning person, and I do a lot with unit studies, which are thematic units that are in all different subjects like science and history and geography and literature and all that. All right, now, in order to be productive, you want to make a list of the things that are weighing you down, and you want to choose to do the hardest thing first, especially first thing in the morning. Now, the thing that you're dreading is the thing that's weighing you down the most, okay? And maybe it's a quick phone call you need to make, or it's a bigger thing. Like, okay, one of my things that weighed me down was filling out the FAFSA, which is a financial aid for college for my kids, because you have to deal with the IRS and all that. There's tiny print and a whole bunch of stuff, and you have to get papers together before you go and open it. Otherwise, it closes itself if you stop and you go get some papers. It times out, and then you lose everything. Okay, so that to me is super tedious and horrible, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. So when I finally just decided to force myself to do it, I did it and it was finished, and that weight was lifted off me. Okay? So, when you do the hardest thing first, or the thing that will make the biggest difference first, you have a sense of well-being. You have endorphins in your mind and in your brain, physically speaking, that power you to do the next thing. You feel good about yourself. You sleep better at night because that thing is not weighing you down. Now, as a homeschool mom, you have a lot of little things weighing you down. Okay, so to make it easier, before you go to bed at night, do a brain dump, write down all the things that are weighing on you that you need to do or that you need to address. If there's one of your kids that you need to talk to about a certain thing, like character, something that you need to talk to them about, or let's say you're doing a science experiment the next day. Go ahead and gather all the materials and put them all together in one place. So you're facilitating the thing that's hardest for you. Let's say science is hard for you to do science experiments. So if that's the case, make it easier for yourself. Change the environment so that it's you prepare for it so that it is easier for you to do the next day. Okay? So when you're doing the hardest thing first, you just force yourself to do it if it's something that you don't want to do, and you'll be glad you did if you do it first. Okay? Now, there's another thing that I do is if there is something that you can do right away, do it right away. That way it doesn't weigh you down. Okay? So, like with a phone call, for example, the other day, my daughter told me that she needed to have her wisdom teeth removed. That appointment needed to be changed because she had a final the next day and didn't realize it wasn't her spring break. So, if I had just done it right then, like made the phone call right then and switched the appointment, then it would have been finished immediately. Now, that phone call took 30 seconds, all right? So a lot of times things that weigh us down take us 5 minutes or less to actually do them, some of the things that are weighing us down. And so if there's any way that you can do it immediately when you first think of it, that is the best time to do it because then it never weighs you down, okay? All right, I do this with my mom. If she has something that she needs me to do when I'm visiting, then I try to do it immediately so that it doesn't weigh her down over the course of the week, that something is not finished or not done that needs to be done. So that and so this is the same for everybody. when you when you do the thing immediately, that lifts a weight that or never has to weigh you down at all. Okay, so you will not know what is weighing you down until you make a list of the things that need to get done. So making a list of to-dos the night before really does make you much more productive the next day. So once you write the list down of what you need to do the next day or the next week, you can choose the hardest thing and then make it easier for yourself. If there's anything that you need to do to get ready for the thing, that's the hardest thing the next day, do that to facilitate it. And then when you fall asleep and you wake up the next morning, you will be more prepared to do it. You can do it. You can feel good about yourself. You could be productive. And you will get everything done that you need to get done because you'll be powered by the endorphins from that first thing that makes the biggest difference for your day. You will feel good about it, and that will power you to do everything else that you need to get done. I'm telling you, this works. So, I'm Susan Evans from susanevans.org, and don't forget, do the hardest thing first.